Reclaim my time. You support sanctuary policies that have led to the horrific murder of people, Americans. This Fox News got it wrong. It should say monster. Arrested in broad daylight rape of a 13-year-old in a New York park. This girl was raped at knife point in the park near New York Mets Stadium. That's your state, Governor Hochul. New York Post also got it wrong and called him a migrant. That's a monster. Busted in brutal beating of New York PD cops in Times Square are members of bloodthirsty Tren Aragua gangs. That's your state where you support your sanctuary state laws. Also, Governor Hochul, do you recognize this image?
Yes.
Where a homeless woman was burned alive by an illegal alien monster, where you uphold the laws to protect these monsters in your state, and then you force the New York citizens that pay taxes to pay for these people.
Welcome back to American Mindset, the place where we uncover the truth, defend our freedoms, and stand up for the American people. Today, we're diving into a congressional hearing that left me absolutely furious. The topic: immigration and sanctuary policies. The debate: whether these policies are helping or hurting Americans. Let me tell you, the facts don't lie, and neither do the stories of the innocent lives lost because of these reckless, treasonous policies. Let's watch the video.
Come here or commit crimes here. That is my number one job. But
The
what is
lady's
happening
time's
is
expired.
un-American.
Chair recognizes Mr. Timmons from South Carolina.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Governor Hochul, the difference is that the millions of Americans that came through Ellis Island did so legally. I'll yield to my friend from Georgia, Ms. Greene.
Thank you. Governor Hochul, are you a Democrat? Yes or no?
I'm a proud registered Democrat, yes.
Did you support Joe Biden for president? Yes or no?
I did.
Did you support the Biden administration's policies for the past 4 years?
I raised my concerns in many
That's
meetings
a
with
yes
the
or no
administrations
question.
about how the border was being enforced, and so I raised concerns.
So
I
you
said-
just stated, I'll reclaim my time, you said you're a proud Democrat. You supported Joe Biden for president. Clearly, you supported the Biden administration's policies.
I've
Did
supported
you
many of
swear,
them, yes,
Governor
I have.
Hochul, did you swear an oath to faithfully uphold New York's Constitution and laws?
I certainly did.
In 2017, New York became a sanctuary state when Governor Cuomo signed Executive Order 170. This states, it directs that no state officers or employees, including law enforcement officers, shall disclose information to federal immigration authorities for the purpose of federal civil immigration enforcement unless required by the law. Do you support this law as governor of New York?
Yes, this pertains to civil enforcement.
So you do enforce sanctuary policies of New York?
I supporting helping law enforcement when it comes and ICE when it comes to.
Thank
dealing
you.
with
I
real
reclaim my
criminals.
time. You support sanctuary policies that have led to the horrific murder of people, Americans. This Fox News got it wrong. It should say monster. Arrested in broad daylight rape of a 13-year-old in a New York park. This girl was raped at knife point in the park near New York Mets Stadium. That's your state, Governor Hochul. New York Post also got it wrong and called him a migrant. That's a monster. Busted in brutal beating of New York PD cops in Times Square are members of bloodthirsty Tren Aragua gangs. That's your state where you support your sanctuary state laws. Also, Governor Hochul, do you recognize this image?
Yes.
Where a homeless woman was burned alive by an illegal alien monster, where you uphold the laws to protect these monsters in your state, and then you force the New York citizens that pay taxes to pay for these people. This is the result of your sick and disgusting treasonous laws that you uphold as governor.
New York is not a
I
sanctuary
didn't
state for
recognize you, Ms.
criminals.
Hochul. This is my time. Do you know the name Laken Riley? Do you know the
Yes,
name
I
Laken
do.
Riley?
Yes, I do.
Oh, you do. Jose Ibarra murdered 22-year-old Laken Riley. He's an illegal alien monster from Venezuela, convicted of 10 charges. He was first arrested by the Biden administration that you stated that you support. Joe Biden for president, right? Proud Democrat, Governor Hochul. First arrested at the border and released by the Democrats that you support. Then, guess what? He made it to New York because the Biden administration flew illegals all over the country, and your state was one that accepted them. He lived at the Crown Plaza Hotel in Queens, an upscale hotel that was turned into an illegal alien shelter at the taxpayers' expense. $2 million a month went to this hotel. The second time he was arrested was in the state of New York for endangering a child. But he was released quickly before ICE could even issue a detainer, because you support those laws, Governor Hochul. Then he flew, get this is shocking. He flew from the state of New York to my home state in Georgia, and you all paid for it. Because, why? Because it was reticketing, and that was the little gift that you were giving my state by sending monsters there. Costs the state of New York $5 to $10 million a day to feed and house illegals. Are you smiling at me about this?
I'm not.
You look like you got quite a smile on your face.
No.
Because I can tell you,
Gentlelady
people,
will not.
This is my time, reclaiming my
I'm
time.
thinking
Don't
about
attack the
children.
witness.
Don't you dare
Don't attack the
smile
witness.
about the murder of
I'm
Laken
thinking about
Riley.
her parents.
The third
Don't
time,
question how I look.
Jose
My
Ibarra,
heart is breaking for her
my
parents.
time, Governor Hochul. The third time he was arrested was in the sanctuary city of Athens, another Democrat policy. And then he went on and attempted to rape Laken Riley and murdered her. He murdered her. Let me explain something to you. This little girl right here, she would be alive today if you weren't such a treasonous governor supporting sanctuary laws in the state of New York. This little girl would be alive today, and her mother very much would like for her to be alive. This is outrageous for anybody in this country to support for non-citizens to be able to come in our country, be able to travel wherever they want, and then make taxpayers pay to house them, feed them, and then give them a plane ticket after they had been arrested in their state. That's what you did. You are responsible for the murder of this little girl, Laken Riley. And the Department of Justice should prosecute you for her murder.
Objection. Objection.
I don't care how much you object, and if you
Objection.
support it too,
Objection.
you're
All right.
responsible for her murder.
right.
I yield
Chairman,
back,
lady-
Mr.
On
Chairman.
a point of order.
Gentlelady.
On a point of order.
Gentlelady's
On
time's
a point of
expired.
order.
State your point.
Mr. Chairman, these witnesses have been here for over 4 hours. They've all voluntarily have been engaging with our members with respect. They've all treated our members with respect.
Laken
Our
Riley
rules
is
of
dead
decorum-
forever.
Our rules
Forever.
of decorum.
Forever.
Our
They
rules
can
of
sit
decorum
there all
reclaiming
day.
my time.
Hold on.
Reclaiming
No,
my
wait,
time.
state your point.
I'm
State your-
trying to.
State your
Let
point.
me- let me do
No,
without
it's a
interruption.
point of inquiry,
Our
not a
rules-
debate.
Our
You've had your
rules,
time.
our rules, if you would let me speak, our rules of decorum dictate that our witnesses should be treated with respect, and I ask you to enforce decorum and remind committee members to treat our witnesses with respect.
Our members are treating the witnesses with respect. This is not a courtroom. We engage with the witnesses, and I think everybody's acting within the realm. We haven't cried and screamed when you all are criticizing the current
Accusing them of-
president, even though that's in
accusing
the
them of treason
rules,
and
not to
breaking the
criticize.
law and
All
how
right.
they look,
All right,
That's-
maybe
Mr.
if
Chairman.
if you win the chairmanship, if you all flip the House, you win the chairmanship, then you can do what Ms. Crockett says she's going to do and try to impeach Trump again or whatever you're all.
Mr. Chairman, is there any chance you would yield me 30 seconds to just respond that we are heartbroken what happened to her family? Laken Riley should be alive today. And I'm so sorry for what happened to her. I truly am what happened. But this has nothing to do with our civil enforcement of the laws. We are always cooperating with criminal investigations, always have, always will. So misstating our policies is not serving the purpose of making sure we have meaningful policies that'll actually move the dime. Why aren't we working together to come up with meaningful immigration reform, secure our borders, do vetting at the
Wait a
border?
minute.
We're simply asking.
We're going to go
for
back. Okay, Governor, with all due respect, there was no, the policy of the previous administration was an open border. It was an open border. You all supported that. Now you're saying we need.
Point of order, whose
You were
time is
saying
it?
you were, no, I mean.
Point of
Ms.
inquiry, whose time is it?
Ocasio-Cortez, I will recognize you because I like you.
Thank
But,
you.
but here, wait,
Thank you
just
so
a
much,
second.
Mr. Chairman. I appreciate that.
Here's the border was open. and you all said nothing. All right, now you said we had to pass legislation. We didn't have to pass legislation. Donald Trump secured the border on the first day. Now, there's no question you all have been obstructing and criticizing and failing to work with this administration in trying to apprehend the criminal illegals. That's what this hearing's about. It's not about theater. It's about trying to get a consensus on working with this administration to deport the criminal illegals.
We do it every day of the week,
Not defend all
Mr.
the people
Chairman.
who are over here illegally, to deport the criminal illegals. So
We do it every day of the
everyone's out
week.
order. I'm going to let Ms.
Not-
Ocasio-Cortez state her point, and then we're going to go to Ro Khanna.
Oh, we can continue. I was just curious whose time it was, but we can proceed.
right.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I have a unanimous consent request.
Okay.
I'd like to seek unanimous consent to enter into the record this tweet. Just happened, stunning. Senator Alex Padilla from California was just forcibly removed from the news conference being held by
Without
DHS.
objection to order. You just have to state the title. Go ahead.
This is
Mr.
the title.
Mr. Lynch. Chair recognizes Mr. Lynch.
All right. Mr. Chairman, I have a unanimous consent request. This is from MSN. Unquestionably in violation. Judge says U.S. government didn't follow court orders on
Without objection, so
on
ordered.
deportation. The next one is from Rolling Stone. Trump has now deported multiple U.S. citizens, children with cancer.
Without objection, so ordered.
This is New York Times. L.A. deployments of the military to cost $134
Without
million
objection,
in
so
the last
ordered.
50 days. And lastly, Secretary Hegseth will not commit to obeying the court's order on Marines.
Let's talk about the so-called leadership of Governor Kathy Hochul. This proud Democrat. Yes, she made sure to remind us of that. Sits there defending New York's sanctuary policies. You heard it straight from her mouth. She supports the very laws that tie the hands of law enforcement, prevent cooperation with ICE, and protect illegal immigrants over American citizens. Let me say that again. Illegal immigrants over American citizens. You know, Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene nailed it when she called Hochul out on her sanctuary policies. The case of Laken Riley, a 22-year-old young woman brutally murdered by an illegal immigrant, is a heartbreaking, gut-wrenching example of what these policies lead to. And guess what? That criminal was arrested multiple times, transferred across states, and released again and again. Why? Because of sanctuary laws. These laws don't protect Americans. They protect criminals. Pure and simple. Let me ask you this. Why should American taxpayers foot the bill to house, feed, and transport illegal aliens who have already broken the law just by being here? New York alone spends $5 to $10 million a day on this madness. Millions of hardworking Americans are struggling to make ends meet, and instead of helping them, these Democrats, Hochul included, are pouring our money into hotels for people who shouldn't even be here in the first place. $2 million a month for one hotel in Queens. Are you kidding me? And it gets worse. The Democrats want us to believe that these sanctuary policies are about compassion. Compassion? Tell that to the families of the victims. Tell that to Laken Riley's mother. Tell that to the family of the 13-year-old girl who was raped at knife point in New York Park. These aren't isolated incidents. These are the consequences of open border policies and sanctuary laws that put everyone at risk. Governor Hochul claims she's heartbroken over these tragedies. But words mean nothing when your actions say otherwise. She swore an oath to uphold the law and protect New Yorkers. Instead, she's protecting illegal immigrants who commit horrific crimes. And let me be clear, this isn't about all immigrants. This is about criminals. People with violent records who are being released back onto our streets because Democrats refuse to enforce the law. You know, Greene said it best. This isn't just bad policy, it's treasonous. When you prioritize the interests of non-citizens over the safety of your own people, you fail as a leader. Period. And Hochul isn't alone. This is the Biden administration's legacy too. Open borders, mass releases, and zero accountability. The suspect in Laken Riley's murder, he was first arrested at the border under Biden's watch. Then he was released, flown around the country, and ended up in New York at taxpayer expense before committing those heinous crimes. Friends, this is why we need leaders who put America first. This isn't about race or ethnicity. It's about law and order. It's about protecting our citizens, our families, and our communities. Sanctuary policies need to end. The border must be secured. And those who enable these tragedies, yes, I'm looking at you, Governor Hochul, need to be held accountable. Now let's talk solutions. The first step, elect leaders who will enforce our immigration laws, not undermine them. The second, demand real border security. Build the wall, fund IC, and stop the flow of illegal immigration. And third, repeal sanctuary policies at the state and local levels. It's time to put Americans first. No more excuses. No more innocent lives lost. If you agree, hit that like button, subscribe to American Mindset, and share this video with everyone you know. We need to wake people up to what's happening. Together, we can hold these politicians accountable and take back our country. Stay strong, stay patriotic, and never stop fighting for the truth. God bless you, and God bless America.